one of those rising stars has exactly been DTP. And some of the stuff he's been hitting today has excited exactly me alone, but has been exciting nonetheless.
Oh yeah, I mean, credit where credit is due. DTP is a very talented player.
Absolutely.
Just recently getting ranked in Philadelphia last year and climbing up the ranks ever since. Philadelphia against Mercury. Doesn't have the greatest set record against Mercury in general, but considering the run he's been on today, especially getting wins over players like Bonk, I'm excited to see how he fares in winter semis.
Yeah, it'll be hard to say. Oh, okay. Interesting routing there, and that's everything for DTP in a matchup like this is going to be centered around his pressure and advantage state routing, because Joker can dominate neutral. But if you find your hit against Joker with some of your active hitboxes, you can turn that into an easy stock, even at percents as low as this.
And I'm loving the approach that Mercury's taking already in this game is using those guns into the platform and forcing DTP to approach. DTP already, of course, being very comfortable in that area, finding some good damage there, the down throw into a combo. Both players already above 100%. Arsena's online though, you gotta be careful, holding that shield just fine, but unfortunate DI will be the first stock going to Merc.
Yeah, DTP realizing too late that a high back air on his shield would have shield pokes, so he tried to dash away, getting caught with terrible DI.
Yeah, unfortunate way to lose that first stock, but Mercury, of course, keeping the pressure up already. Jefferson going up, and I'm pretty sure he went for a mix-up there with a taunt, which is, I've only heard in theory crafts from Sora players, but sure, man.
He was trying to stop time. That's crazy.
No better time than, I guess, in winner's top 8. And you got it with the back air, so, I mean, it worked, question mark.
I mean, we got there eventually.
It works.
We failed successfully. Let's go. The drop-through platform back air. Man, Mercury is getting so much off these short hop EHAs. Typically, Sora gets everything off of a rising nair. It's because you can mix up when you fast fall to get the second hit. However, Mercury just stopping that in the tracks with a short hop EHA and a lot of gunplay, which is just a staple. And then you put in Arsene to try and finish the job.
I'm loving DTP's counter. This is aggressive play from Mercury. Like amazing timing on that down slash. Again, strange DI there, unfortunately. But DTP, again, doing such a fantastic job of catching Mercury, getting in, and trying to counter Sora's game plan. Playing the counter to the counter. Literally playing the perfect Sora game plan, if you will.
He's playing counter-counter. And you know what? What counter-counters counter is needing a stock right here. And Arsene back air will do just that. You got to counteract Sora's active hitboxes with some that are bigger and more enhanced speed, and Joker does that in spades. Oh, we still got the finisher.
So finding some good damage regardless. Now DTP trying to keep the pressure on shield. Even with that flub, DTP is so good in general of just finding pickups when his combos don't connect. And I think that's one of his best attributes as a player is being able to follow his opponent and not get stuck in a flowchart.
Can 100% agree with that, Momo, and we're seeing that time and time again. Like DTP just flowing into one setup, one combo, and one piece of advantage into the next, and still being willing to go off stage. Total fearlessness. Faraga into back throw, not gonna do it quite yet, but you've got Thundaga online. Blizzard to hold down this corner, but the dash attack missing the 2-frame. That's okay.
The rising up air for DTP is going to be closing out game number 1. Now, okay, so being resident Sora connoisseur, whatever the heck you want to call it, Mr. Ubel.
Hi.
What do you feel are the vibes going to the rest of the set? How do you think Mercury really adapts? Because I think the one thing he's really struggling with is Mercury, of course, trying to play a more aggressive game to counteract DTP's combo. You really just can't keep up with Sora combo like that. So what am I doing if I'm Merc in the situation? How do I counteract this?
So I think the bones of what Mercury is attempting to do is already in place of a really strong fundamental game plan. You're trying to chip Sora out. For as much as this character can move around, especially around platforms, he is extremely slow on the ground. So keeping things more horizontal is generally the way that you're trying to keep Sora away from you. But holy moly, every time you see DTP land his hands on to Mercury, it suddenly starts to try and chip away at that discipline, and particularly a more frustrating character to deal with, especially with rising nairs like that, just stopping all of your movement. It can be extremely tedious to try and keep to that game plan, but a misaligned counter and a appropriate direct punish closes out that stock and finally gives Mercury a chance to not extend and snowball a little bit.
Oh, 100%. I think Mercury is definitely taking a much better approach to this game number 2, saying, okay, you've been really, really good at landing your combo so far. So the one thing I have is Gun. My super long disjoint that I can keep out of your range, a huge range that Sora has. One move that can finally do that. And once I get a lead, you know this, once up a stock, you know the vibe. 10 up. I'm not approaching this character whatsoever.
I like this going off stage as well. Sora's edge guarding is extremely good, but Cable can be extremely non-linear. Ooh, and committing to the edge guard. Sora, one of many characters where the distance on the recovery, amazing. But when you have an edge guarding tool like Joker back at, yo, wait a minute.
Oh my god!
Joker's so cool.
Mercury is flowing so seamlessly between playing such a really good defensive camping game and then immediately getting in there and then advantage state being as crisp as ever. Like, you cannot put a person on ice if they're always cold to the touch.
Okay, there is no
goddamn.
There is no worry about how a game plan will go and how a setup will falter for you if you're just slowly accruing information. What Mercury tunneled on in that game number 1 and 2 was just slowly chipping away at what does DTP like to do when I do insert thing here. And he will just fill in the blanks, slowly starting to accrue information. And when Joker has all of that going for him, it can result in stocks like that, where you just get a read on multiple defensive options and turn it into an Arsene back air.
100%. And I'm going to go back to something you said, Oop, about, you know, the one thing that Sora really lacks is that grounded game. And that's where Joker can really shine. Like I said, passing under the platforms, using the gun, and then approaching. Once DTP gets a little tilted, shutting down a little bit, one too many times, that's when you come in. That's when you find your damage Sora there. Again and again, DTP getting grounded by the gun, saying, okay, I need to go for a grab, I need to find an opening now. But you're not going to find that opening as easy, because again, Mercury has been on the money with these punishes.
Completely so, and it's little punishes, it's little advantages, chipping away, 15, 20% of the time.
Annoyances.
Yeah, just a little bit of like, hey, you know, remember this, 1,000 cuts, but 1,000 cuts has led us to a 104 to 25 separation here, Momo, and it does not seem like Mercury is getting ready to try and change the tempo anytime soon.
100%, but here comes DTP. Nice roll in there. Unfortunately, Arsene comes out there in stride too. Again, DTP getting stuck in the floater. We saw game number 1 staying out of the floater, but now you're seeing the tilt build up a little bit, saying, I need to get in here. I need to do the one thing that Sora does really, really well, and I can't find it because Arsene is making it so difficult.
It's crazy how, like, just something that is so oppressive in terms of its utility across stage. Like, Sora Nair is an incredibly good button. But when you have something like Arsene up smash out of shield, suddenly these utilities that you usually are go for and usually can be quite safe with can be appropriately punished out of shield. And that's what Mercury, on top of this consistent chipping and chipping away game plan, is starting to, as you were mentioning, start to really get inside DTP's head.
Yeah, DTP saying, like, you know, the one thing I really have right now are those spells. Unfortunately, you can't find them. Mercury again and again just being at the trigger, being ready to take the stock as soon as he can. DTP finally coming on the Faraga into a back throw. So I'm not going to take it, but going straight up there for the up B, saying, hey, you know what? If you're not going to let me get in there, I'm just going to do it.
Gotta find edge guards here. Sora has so much utility to go off stage and spend a long time out there with different Sonic plays, Nair, forward air, up B, and all you need to do is hit Joker out of his jump. Oh my God, tragedy has struck.
That was...
Okay, we're fine.
You know what? That was the graph. We're so over. It's so bad.
We're so bad.
We are so incredibly bad. We're in last stock scenario. Arsene is online. Mercury is looking to get belligerent right now, but DTP spinning it right back on its head, going as deep as ever. We saw in his bonk set. He is ready to go deep when he needs to.
And you have to at this percentages and at these times when you find Sora in an advantage situation. Love that air dodge high, as well as being very fuzzy about if he's going to land on platform. F tilt gets him away.
That's so tragic.
That's so true. The game does not want Mercury to win, and yet he's defying those odds. They continue to push forward, but they're a weird counter. Oh, we're getting Arsene back this stock.
Wow. Mercury getting that immediately right back on the board, and now with that back air on the platform, DTP not finding the tech just in time. Now we're seeing him playing patiently around outside of that platform. We're just waiting to find the landing aerial. Here comes the back throw, but Arsene is online once again. DTP getting a little too aggressive, but catching the air dodge with the F smash. Doesn't find it just yet, though. Both these players so off stage. Not going to be able to find a read there with an up smash. DTP again with the fourth throw off stage. What's happening?
DTP dropped the game. He dropped the game exactly on that one decision, trying to shield grab Joker fair one that was extremely well spaced by Mercury when he had a true punish and up B out of shield, which may not have taken the stock, but with incorrect DI, it definitely did. With proper DI, maybe it doesn't, but it's a guaranteed punish that he just let slip by.
Listen, I'll speak from a competitor standpoint right now. I felt that. That's that 1 point saying you're in last stock, last hit scenario, thinking you only want one option. He's like, okay, I need to grab. He touches my shield, I grab. Mercury does the one move where it's safe to avoid a grab. So DTP, just keeping in your mind, like, I need to grab right now. Mercury saying, nope, you can't grab this, and just taking the game perfectly off of that. Both of these players playing just with insane finesse at this point.
Incredibly so. Unable to get the fair two into down tilt on the platform here, but I think what goes to your saying, Momo, is like Mercury has just been in these situations multiple times over, has had a lot of experience dealing with last hit games and weird, stressful interactions. While DTP, he needs to hit these combos. He needs to have that flow state going in order to try and be in more familiar territory, while Mercury much more used to the scramble. Oh,
ooh,
I love the pivot into up smash there, but unfortunately you did not take the stock. Same thing can be said for Mercury's down. Oh, hello. We're just trading combos into smash attacks. What the heck is this?
Oh, my. But yeah, perfect point from you, Ubel, right? Saying that, you know what, we got to bring this all the way back. Say, I just need to find my Sora combos right now. DTP doing exactly just that. Saying, Mercury's going to be camping out regardless, so I need to find my perfectly timed jump ins, find the damage when I can. 27% is some good extra credit so far, but again, here we have Mercury playing defensively under the platform and with punishing because Joker's running is so good compared to Sora's ground game.
It is so hard to catch this character.
Web, is that you?
What?
Web, what are you doing out here, bro?
What? Okay. We cleaned it up. We cleaned it up. It's fine. It's moments
it's not
like
Web. It's not Web.
It's not.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's
moments like those. Moments like those are so unbelievably scary. Great Tetrakarn, though, coming out from Mercury. He's got the down throw back air.
Oh, my God!
What are you doing stalling out there?
What are you doing in the depths of central Pennsylvania? We're not in Bears. We're all the way out here. Mercury going as deep as ever, finding that Arsene back air. And just like he started the set, man, Mercury taking this lead and absolutely running with it.
The eternal difference maker of Smash. Speed. It creates situations that don't exist. Oh, but the extra difference maker is, hey, I know where to be. I don't have to get there fast. I just got to know where I'm going. And DTP keeping things super close, misses the IGJ Nair. That could have been huge. Like I said, we're back at Mercury's pace here, Momo.
Now he finds the down throw. This is the perfect situation to be in. The parry on the Sonic Blade. Mercury is in DTP's head. Feeling as comfortable as ever. Holding on to that counter as long as humanly possible. Arsene is online. Does not find the grab there. DTP letting the game sift through his fingers. Only one stock away from dropping the losers. But Mercury, Arsene online. We know that he likes to go deep. Just waiting patiently here. Off stage, here goes the counter. Waiting forever, but still doesn't take the stock.
Sora can still recover from this. And a great angle, but great coverage in addition from Mercury to avoid all of these Tetrakarns trying to find a difference maker's DTP, but that will do it. Fair one, back air. Mercury extending the hand to take the set 3-2-1. And holy moly. Just the most brutal way to power through that bracket. Things being whiffed over on both sides, combos dropped, setups interchanged. But when it comes to weird, awkward kind of game states that both Sora and Joker can create, these weird, these gummy interactions, what comes down to it is how best can you reposition in the moment. And Joker's claim to fame for